kisses. Ocho for those slippers. The dope pictures, the fofo toast grippers. Pull up with a shooter, there go the nigga, now don't miss it. Low. Young boy, all he wanna do is shoot. High bodies in the bandos like Chris and Snoop. 40 to your face, get your nose white. S.E.K. nigga.
Get your nose white. Man. So I was saying something when they was cutting me off on this dun-dun-dun ass motherfucking phone. You know what? I think this is what it is. Apple and them is so ill with them bugs and all that shit, they could make you upgrade to another jack. So I'm gonna fuck around and have to use my other jack for that. Oh, I'm not using that shit for no live shit. I promise you, if I would talk about some stupid shit, the live would have went straight through everything. But what we always talk about, and what I was trying to show you, was these motherfucking shirts. You know, this shit is here. That's in the building. You heard? That's in the building. So that's in the building. The books is in the building. And this is something different because ain't nobody trying to book you. Everybody that has ever been a patron of mine, you have been helping me do something that is amazing. And this is how you contribute to your culture. And we live in a world right now, I promise you, where your parameters is your culture. That's where your freedom is at. It's in your culture. Your culture's supposed to make you feel comfortable while you in captivity, nigga. Stop acting like we ain't in captivity and that it's a war going outside. So it's many cultures that participate in war, and one of the things that you gotta do when you in war, you gotta be comfortable. Because if you in the battlefield and you all angst up and all like that, that's you watching too much TV. You heard? Some of the most illest battles ever that was ever won was won by calm soldiers. You heard? This is you ever went to the corner store and the Arab brother, the nigga got a ball or some shit here, you think he chewing tobacco? That shit ain't tobacco. That nigga chewing cat. You know what that cat is for? That's a drug they use for war. You heard? That cat. Niggas don't know about that cat. Nigga. That cat, that shit is damn near like, that shit is like a low-key like heroin. But you can still, and it's cat with a cigarette and cold water. That shit how you lit. Because the shit make them concentrate. They can use that in warfare. They have defeated enemies chewing cat. You heard? It's traditions in many African civilizations where the warriors, as well as in the Aztec and Mayans, would imbibe defocalizing herbs to calm them during war. So they got all of y'all kids out here suffering from addiction to adrenaline. You addicted to the adrenaline and not using adrenaline like a useful tool. Fear is a God-given right. It allows you, that's your first weapon. Fear is your first weapon. Fear is your first weapon. You have to learn the difference between fear and terror. See, we have a language system that has multiple words to describe a bunch of bullshit, but only a minimal amount of terms to describe the things that we aspire to the most. So we say that we into the realm of spirit, we into spirituality. That's your only word to describe some transcendental experience where you feel connected to the cosmos, is spirituality. Then your other term y'all use is consciousness. Man, consciousness is a deep word, because if you, I've noticed this. I seen one time there is a particular type of I think it's a coconut crab. They're usually prevalent in the West Indies. And I saw someone touch the back of the crab, and the crab was able to actually take his antenna and turn his antenna backwards and touch the hand that was touching it. So the crab can only be a crab, but however, the crab is conscious. So becoming conscious I think that a flower that blooms in the morning is conscious. And I have often used this in a way to give you an idea of what I mean with consciousness. Even a roach is conscious. Or a fly. Let a fly lay on your hand and try to slap the shit out of the fly. Try like Kill Bill. What's her name? Pai Mei. And catch the fly with some fucking chopsticks. The fly is going to try to evade that shit. Because it's self-aware. It's aware of itself. And what creates awareness of self is an apple as it falls to the ground, aware of itself. Of course it is. It has a seed in it. If not picked or eaten or consumed, the apple automatically is aware that its duty is to decompose. Death is not a disease in the animal kingdom. Man, by vicariously us using all these words that's created by our children, we created civilization. These are our children. We created civilization, and we are following our children as they attempt to follow us. Listen to me, right? We are following our children as they attempt to follow us. And if you're a parent, you know this. So as the black man and as the father of civilization, I don't care where I find you. If I find you, I wouldn't give a fuck how we find you. Under the freeway. If you panhandling, open the motherfucking doors at 7-Elevens or Popeyes, wherever the pilgrims see you, you are still an emblem of the father of civilization. I wouldn't give a fuck if I seen you getting on the freeway, nodding the fuck out with your gray hairs. You heard? Homeless, fucked up. You still the father of civilization. In fact, you so much of a father of civilization, even in your nodding state and while you sleep, they still have to stay up all night, boy, and create bombs. Nigga, new telekinesis, operational, motherfucking technical, this intel laden, bring in the motherfucking, what you call it, we need help. Nigga, they need help while you sleeping. You heard? So, you know what? You've been woke. The woke fest. The woke fest. The woke fest. Shout out to the woke fest. You will see and you know what this is. You've been woke. You gotta tell the whole world that you've been here. You've been woke. The whole world should know that you've been woke. You've been the fucking alive. You is the one that created the word matter. There is no origin, European origin of the word matter. If we, my students know this, we take words and we deconstruct them into understandable quantums. You heard? And I'm going to tell you something. The word matter means from atar. And all you got to do is figure out what's atar. You heard? And then when you go deeper, you'll understand that and L's is synonymous in language. The L and the R are synonymous in language. For real, it appears to be similar in Asian dialects. You heard? So, Atul, and then the T is also synonymous with D's. You heard? The D and T is synonymous in language. The European, at one time, only had one symbol to describe interdental fricatives. That's what it's called. Where they didn't have no reason to actually talk, to say nothing intelligent. And if you look at old writing from the Americas, the fucking S's look like F's. You heard? They really didn't have too much shit to talk about. So you got to really look at when they actually said something and look at the sentence structure. You heard? So, They the ones told us that we can't use double negatives, but we was using double negatives in chem. We would say to something. That's a universal sound to all humans. No twice. Not no once. Nah, nigga. No. Hell no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. You heard? So they taught us in school, you can't say no but one time. And that's what is one of the biggest mind fucks in the world. To remove your ability to have discernment. And nobody teach like me. And I stays in my motherfucking lane. That's why I'm not getting hit by no motherfucking traffic. You heard? I don't give a fuck about what happened to nobody. I don't give a fuck about what happened to nobody that don't got nothing to do with what the fuck we talking about. Y'all got this shit fucked up. Consciousness ain't about what the fuck niggas is doing. You heard? Niggas is about consciousness. You heard? Niggas are aware of their surroundings and they act and operate appropriately. This is a metric for the world. I said this years ago. That any new market want to learn something about how to sell something, go look at what the niggas is experiencing in the Americas. I just heard a brother got shot 7 times and lived. The cosmos is on niggas' side. The other day, when I was on Dot's show, the word didn't come up to me. It's called eschatology. Eschatology. Eschatology is the study of the messianic force in the universe. This is one of the most prevalent and significant concepts in the universe, is that there is always a Messiah. The African American is in possession of the messianic force by way and via his culture and his ability to profess and pronounce hope within the community that he lives in, that they feed off of. And white folks gentrify to get that energy. The white bitches' asses have gotten fatter from the hip hop and from living around us and from getting syntax and new neural pathways. They fucking around and their bodies is rebuilding itself genetically by building new neural pathways. They playing hip hop around their kids. Their kids is manufacturing and developing new phenomes. You heard? Not phenomes, fucking morphologies. Not morphologies. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. You heard? Morphogenic fields. You heard? Based off of their physiology. You know what I'm saying? So, this is not no game. You are the most valuable thing on the planet. The world revolves around you. Fuck that old concept that the world don't revolve around you. You a motherfucking liar. You a motherfucking liar. The world revolves around you. The world revolves around you. And you niggas using that term narcissism. You need to be fucking narcissistic because you never had a mirror to look at your greatness and to fawn and fawn over your beauty and who you are. Your ego is your best fucking friend. You have to develop it. The same way niggas clean guns. Niggas clean guns. They open them shits up. They service them shits so that they can operate effectively. You heard? Niggas sharpen knives. Ask mommy when she cooking. Mommy sharpen the knife. That's her favorite fucking knife. She sharpens it because she know how to cut the motherfucking shit up to feed you. You heard? So your ego protects you. You got me fucked up. And you know what y'all do? You give up bad news to your haters and y'all do exchange of bad news. And then in that instance of that exchange, right? In the instance of that exchange, right? In the instance of that exchange, boom. Pull my son right back. Right back. Because we on this one. I got to get this off. Look. And let me tell you something. In the instance of that exchange where you are reporting bad news to your bad news reporter, y'all both broke in the same instance. But as soon as you, as soon as you report good news to your hater, you have reduced your occult principle in the universe. You have removed something in the universe from yourself. One of the first principles of occultism is to take ideas and use them like seeds. I have the highest level of respect for people that I know, that I see they grow and blossom and bloom, manifest, and the nigga did not announce it. The nigga didn't say, yo, watch this. Watch what happened on this day or that. The nigga just go, boom, and just do it. You heard? Look, they is masters, right? But you report ideas that never come to fruition to your haters, and that's why it never comes into fruition. The shit never comes into fruition because they take your ideas and they go sit on the toilet and shit you down and shit you the fuck down and flush your ideas out the asshole of the back door of the universe's hate you club. You heard? And you think you got fucking friends because the internet fucked your minds up. I'm on the here because I got game. I have Skeeter. I got a fucking degree in human behavior. I mastered how to get around you motherfucking haters. I know how to take, you niggas want to always go on the front street. I know how to go on the back block to get to where the fuck I'm going without being seen, ho. You heard? And your kids is dying from a lack of game. Ain't no Skeeter no more in the street. Ain't no game. None of you niggas want to go and go holler at nobody and say, yo, man, I wanna ask you something. I need advice. So, you know, the game ain't free. You heard? I could tell a nigga how to sell anything in this motherfucking world. I'm not gonna finna tell you how to sell no narcotics, because the lames done put that shit on the fucking internet. You could Google how to fucking cook crack now. That's not no secret society no more, so get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, right? So I'm gonna tell you something. I could teach you niggas how to sell fucking nigga, I could teach you how to sell shea butter, nigga. It's a nigga right now I know is a millionaire. That nigga done spent the millions. Millionaire. Fucking with shea butter. You heard? I know a brother that ever since I was a kid, he has always had money. And he from the nation of 5% selling balloons. You heard? Man, you niggas is crazy. It ain't that much crack. It ain't that much crack smoking in the world. You ain't gonna make me think that it's still crack smokers. Hell no. There ain't nobody smoking that much crack no more, man. If y'all don't get the fuck out of here, ain't nobody smoking that much crack. You niggas is trying to do some shit that you can be doing legally at the expense of losing your liberties and your freedom, and you could get more money selling you some game. I know a nigga, I know my man, not no nigga, he's a god. His name is Keith. Legend. He's one of the first people I ever seen outside of Muslims to have 2 wives. You heard? He used to sell the fake champion shirts and the fucking skateboards right there when you get on the bridge in Williamsburg. If everybody know him, them niggas that go to court from Rikers Island from back in the day, you know when you go to court, Keith be right there coming off the shit. You know with the Lugo Steakhouse, they drop you off when you coming into Brooklyn, you going through Williamsburg, you heard, to get to the courts. You come over there, this is back in the day, a bankroll. I had an auntie that when they had my Aunt Helene from the Bronx had a bankroll when we was little. My Aunt Helene is a hustler. My Aunt Helene used to sell night lights. They made the most horror films in 1982. You know how many night lights she sold? You know how many night lights she sold from your little scary ass mamas and daddies and shit? Because y'all younger than me. A lot of y'all younger than me. A lot of older people don't fuck with me because they think that they smart. You heard? And that's cool. I feel you. But the occult principles of ideation is to not to supplant your ideas within worthless soil. And this is what you call in tradecraft, and give you some statecraft, this is called, if you was a spy, to find out who's your friend or your ally, you put barium mills. A barium mill is synonymous to barium as a radioactive principle. It will kill you later. Don't kill you right now, but it'll kill you later. This is how they be killing world leaders and shit. Niggas be developing cancer and all that. These niggas be having healthy ass lives. You heard? Healthy ass lives. And then die from cancer. Even motherfuckers like John Gotti die, cancer, shit like that. The government and them be killing everybody with that bullshit. Killed Johnny Cochran with a fucking ray gun. You heard? So I'm like this. The barium mill is when you give somebody false information and then you see how the information reappears in the world. And then you can find who your enemy is. You heard? So, there's a reason why you should be involved in reading, writing, memorization, study of statecraft, historical achievements of great men. And you know that you will never, you're not built like Hannibal, but you still read Hannibal because you can aspire to be almost like him. And Hannibal, this is some deep shit. I got this tradition the other day in the street. One of my young brothers told me this in a tradition that he was telling his contemporary, why is you sitting around and hanging around a bunch of young niggas as an elder like that? He said them young niggas is gonna lose respect for you. And then you're gonna have to hurt one of them. You heard? And that's what happens. And this is why the youth is cool, but I only can fuck with certain young people that have their own accountability for their own emotional maturity. Because you're gonna project your father image on me if I keep hanging out with you, and then I'm gonna have to slap the shit out you and do you like your mama doing them and your daddy and them and fuck you up in public, so people can see that you acting like a little bitch, right? So oftentimes when you communicate with younger people, they think that they smarter than you. So elders, if you are elder, you gotta be careful with that. You heard? A lot of niggas want to be around little niggas so you can have them call you big homie, big homie, big homie, big homie. Yeah, I ain't your fucking big homie. You heard? I'm not your fucking big homie. We not going down in no motherfucking conspiracy and no crime, weirdo. I'm not your fucking big homie. You heard? I'm not your big homie. I am not even a great person. I just know a lot of shit. Because I was actually born on purpose. And this is a prophecy, my birth. My mama is a goddamn prophetess. My mother had 2 sons on the same day. You heard? The latter shall be better than the former. The greatest part of me, my brother, is a greater person than I am. And that's why I only follow him. And we have the same blood. You heard? For real. Daddy maybe, but mama always, nigga. Your mama, who? Your mama? Yeah. And then my daddy gave me brothers too. And I embrace my blood. And I see the genetic shit is overwhelmingly in charge of human behavior. You heard? So now, do you have a way in this world? It's never too late to be great. You heard? It's some people that I know that don't, it's some people I know that got the most. I know people right now in this world that ain't never had a fist fight and got the most, but they have issues, emotional issues, dealing with the neurosis of your preconditioned fears imposed by the self-limitations imposed by your parentage. So I be having to be careful when your children tell you these advanced concepts and shit that they want to do and aspire to. Don't cut their wings off and tell them that they can't do it. Ask them to explain how and why do they want to do that, and explain to me why you want to do that, and explain to me as to what purpose. And that's something I'll be working with too on my own, because I see the freedom that the internet is giving people. If you're not getting money or you actually learning, you're going to be just like the people that's on the internet that's looking for some mistake to happen to somebody. And the same mistake you looking to happen for somebody else is going to happen to you. It's going to be your turn. It's going to be your turn. You was looking for some shit, and now it's your turn. You heard? You know that's as the world turns. You remember that shit? Ask your mama and them. Ask your grandmama about As the World Turns. That was one of the most prolific motherfucking titles for a daytime soap opera. I don't even know if they still played soap operas. You heard? And soap operas is deep. You heard? That shit is everywhere in the world. Novella. Ask my brothers and sisters. Yo, I done see niggas that start a war over novellas in the penitentiary. You heard? For real. You gotta have a civilized crowd around certain TVs in the penitentiary, and y'all niggas be sending these niggas sneakers and gold chains in jail. You supposed to be sending them niggas books and visiting them and writing the superintendent. You write them niggas, write the superintendent and tell them that that you have family there and that you care about your family that's in that joint. You're worrying about niggas that's dead already, but you got a whole, in quotations, a living dead that don't nobody give a fuck about niggas in the penitentiary. Some of I have forged some of the most motherfucking realistic, fucking real. I've learned what loyalty is around a bunch of people that don't nobody give a fuck about. You heard? Niggas be sitting there with the ironies of that shit, how a motherfucker be sitting up. God damn, I was with this nigga every day. I was hanging out. That's one of the things that'll make your ass not go to jail again, is because you don't want to hate people that you love, man. For real. Because you be sitting up in the penitentiary, my nigga, like this. Man, shout out to any nigga, man, that's sitting up in the joint right now. It's hot as fuck. That's reading, minding his motherfucking business. Staying out the fray. Stay out that fucking dominance hierarchy. It starts with banal talk, frivolous discussion. And then in the street, I seen this shit the other day. Little niggas was talking in each other's face all loud. That's a trend now. You heard? And then I'm like this, you gotta give niggas some space, man. And you just drunk. That's why you doing all of that. You lucky you be around niggas that's understanding. Because some niggas, boy, the niggas I know a niggas, one of my Trinidadian sons, that nigga headbutt you and break your fucking nose. Bust your eye. They look like a nigga punched you in your fucking face. Getting too close to this nigga, that nigga headbutt you like this. Boom! Like this. Stupid. Fuck wrong with you? Break your fucking nose and all that. Fuck around, knock your teeth out. Boom! That's the hardest part of your body. You heard? That shit, the nigga hit you in the head with a bat and you'll still live. A nigga shoot you in the leg and you'll die. I promise you. That's a fact. You heard? Yeah. So, we staying out these dominance hierarchies. You heard? Don't dominate me. Don't call me with no shit. I don't want to hear nothing about no bad news. Transmute the bad news into ask for. If you got bad news, and this is another thing. I listen to a lot of music. But I will not critique no nigga music for free. You heard? Nigga, I wouldn't give a fuck if I bought the shit by mistake and I don't like it. I'm not critiquing it. I'm not telling nobody that the shit. If I was to rate mixtapes, my shit would be all 5 mics. I'm only rating 5 mic shit. If the shit don't register, I'm not speaking negatively about nothing. That's them pilgrims. Niggas operating like crackers. Sitting up on a computer with all this shit going on. Niggas made a whole industry about talking about bum ass shit and poor behavior and inappropriate motherfucking behavior. Weapons. Niggas is really low key putting cases on niggas. You heard? I don't want to hear nothing about no negative shit about nothing that nobody black did at all. And I don't give a fuck about none of that. I have seen everything multiple times. You can't tell me shit about. You ain't finna surprise me about a motherfucking thing. Surprise me with this. Call me and tell me that you took some game like a seed, hid it from the lames, planted it, and manifested you some bankrolls in the 4 and the 5-digit framework because you did what you were supposed to do and you got some paper and you spent the paper to re-up. You heard? When I was a little nigga, we were savages. I promise you. Niggas be so thirsty for money. Yo, ask a nigga from back in the day how niggas used to put cracks in vials. Niggas was geometrists. Niggas was like, put some crack in a vial, in a long ass vial. Niggas was like, what, architects? Niggas cutting the crack like cylinders. The shit look like crystals. Niggas stacking that shit up like this. Tapping bottles. We got the big homie work. We tapping the work. I need a few extra dollars for my lifestyle. I need these. Oh, I just bought these ups. I'm finna tap these capsules. I'm finna tap these capsules. Niggas, yo, you crazy? You can't turn your head on nothing. You heard? How you gonna tell me something? I grew up around niggas that'll help you find the shit you lost in your motherfucking house. You drop some money around these niggas. These niggas will help you find it. Buy you a sandwich with your money. You be like this. Damn. I promise you. Me and my son, you got to be on one of my sons. We used to go, nigga, when we used to go hunting, you heard? Nigga, when we used to go hunting, you had to be with these niggas. You had to be on these niggas' backs because it was stash. Niggas is stashing. You heard? Niggas is stashing. Niggas is stashing. Oh, the game is mean, Jack. The game is mean. For real, man. So we do all this crying. We do all this crying. And then they tell you can't laugh. And then they tell you can't laugh. And then ain't nobody there to see you cry when you be by yourself. You notice that? You notice how you hide your cries? And then they make you feel bad. And then you see a lot of people walk around with their face bent up in the street. When they come outside, they be like this. Like this, with the keep it real face. Because if you keep going like this with your keep it real face, like this, you're going to start crying. You're going to start crying. Keeping it real face. You're like this. Nigga can't even tell you a joke. you like this. Nigga tell you a joke. You be like, nigga, man. I'm over here trying to cry. You trying to tell me jokes, nigga, yeah. Because the joke is you have not afforded yourself the amount of time. You worrying about everybody else shit. And you have not afforded yourself enough time to mourn your losses. So you look for the losses of others. Mourn your losses. And if you don't have no losses, then you're supposed to be help to people who have encumbered loss. You heard? Stop trying to adopt the behavior of loss of others just to feel. You get addicted to feeling. I just want to feel. I just want to feel. That's why y'all argue in y'all social interactions and y'all relationships. You heard? For real. You argue in your social interactions and relationships because you're addicted to feeling. And you do not know that you can feel a different way. For real. And you don't know about this skeeter. This is some deep skeeter right here. Look. Positive affirmations. Nigga. Yeah. Y'all be listening to all that hippity hoppity all fucking day, and you don't inundate yourself with this. Yeah.
I am taking bold steps. I am moving forward with confidence. I am achieving. I am motivated. I am driven. I am successful. I am a born leader. I am successful. I am energy. I am disciplined. I am focused. I am present. I am love. I am joyous. I am happiness. I am valuable. I am rich. I am abundance. I am the master of my own thoughts. I am courageous. I am wise. I am enough. I am fulfilled. I am grateful.
Great.
Attitude.
Love is our message.
Peaceful.
Love is our message.
I am loving.
Love is our message. I don't care about, because only bad shit gonna happen to bad shit. And poverty. I don't care about what happened. That bad shit that happened, that's poverty. In the absence of food, shit like that can happen. Get to the root of it. You heard? The dominance hierarchies. Where's the affirmations in the minds of the children? You heard? Why ain't they ain't calling themselves gods no more. You lucky if you could find some young people that's in the nation. You heard? Now everybody wanna identify with a young homie and all that. That shit is poverty. That's poverty. They unsupervised. You heard? When I was young, this is word is bond. You had to earn respect and had to move a certain kind of way for elders to sell you weed. Some days, if we was moving a certain kind of way, I remember the Pyramid was the best weed spot at one time in Brooklyn. And the man used to serve you sometime, and sometimes he would not serve you. And then we learned why. It's because we was moving like little niggas, looking stupid. Oh, jovial. We run into the weed spot like it's a candy store damn near. You heard? We probably had the felony look. We wasn't looking like we was really caring. And then I remember later on in life, when you start putting the world in game is when you start wearing outfits that you bought that's reminiscent of something or areas you want to be around so you can eat. You heard? So I see everybody's athletic now. Everybody is going, running, acting like They want to go play a game. You heard? That shit be scary. The little niggas be having a Supreme bag like this on their shit. I'm like, ooh, interesting. Everybody got a book bag. It ain't no fucking school going on. So I'm like, these niggas is crazy. These niggas is walking around with guns and all type of stupid shit. You don't got no books on you. Y'all niggas looking like, them sneakers look like y'all niggas is gonna, you're going to space. You niggas looking like you about to do a moonwalk on the fucking moon with multiple gravity fields with them sneakers. I'm like this. Man, this shit is interesting because there ain't no place for you to go in no white world when you think you got it figured out. You heard? When we was little, we ain't haven't figured out. We was only trying to figure out something, was how to eat. I'm telling you, sometimes certain circumstances create certain type of mentalities that can help you. You heard? So I'm astonished and always in awe of narratives of young people who had to go get it early and the things that they had to go through unsupervised. These are people that you should honor. Now, this is how you create markets. You got to speak about and use however you used to hustle when you was little into a new realm. And why is you ashamed to sell socks? Why is you ashamed to... I know somebody that used to travel cross country to go sell toilet paper from California on the East Coast. The nigga used to sell toilet paper and quadruple crazy the money because there's areas in service areas that nobody thinks that they could refill or fill. There's vacuums in markets. I know people that can introduce new brands to you just by bringing it to where the people was at. I grew up also, let me tell you something, we did everything. I used to walk around with dice in my pocket, sometime a gun, be sitting up selling a whole bag of clothes from boosters, right? And then on that route of going and walking up and down these motherfucking streets and going into every single area. I remember one time niggas went and bodied the motherfucking, one time for so many motherfucking, niggas is running around stealing. That's that shit. You be sitting up stealing polo shit for the rest of your life, looking crazy. Real boosters, niggas steal shit they want to wear, and they do the polo shit for niggas that boom. But real boosters is selling shit for women. Niggas, real boosters is going in and taking 50 motherfucking Prada bags, scooping them shits and dumping them in something. Fuck Fendi bags. You heard? Coach, all that shit. For real. That's real boosting. Boom. So where you sell that shit? You gotta go into different routes, into different locations. Then you learn shit. You learn where bankrolls is at. You heard? Niggas boosting in all type of areas. Niggas made millions off the Gap. Ann Taylor. You heard? Come on. So I'm like this. You gotta use the game where you at. You calling yourself conscious. Fill up the value and the vacuum with a service. You heard? That's relative to this is the only reason I'm on here. I don't got no bad news for nobody. You heard? The only time I really talk negative shit is when them crackers get on my nerves, man. I'm too hypersensitive to their existence sometimes. I'll be like, man, they get on my fucking nerves. Always wanting to be important. Always wanting to do the most. Just to be important. To make it everybody. This shit is so fake right now. I'm going to tell you some Skeeter. This is what they doing. 2020 was a mark to save the economy. You heard? You know, they know how frivolous white folks is, and white folks don't do shit for the economy of all these cities that they come and gentrify. They fuck it up. And they the ones that fuck up economies. All that shit fucks up around them. They don't play the number. They not friendly to each other. They don't come and break bread with each other like you think they do. You heard? They go to brands. They brand oriented. They fucked our community up. When I was little, if I was broke, I could go to the gambling spot and borrow $5 from somebody and walk out that motherfucker with $200-$300 if I knew how to hustle long enough. But crackers came, and now the gambling spot is gone. But niggas is more violent than ever because they ain't got shit to do. You heard? You could go to the dice game and pay your fucking rent. When I was little, you heard? Now ain't no fucking dice games because the niggas don't know how to talk to each other and communicate. Ain't no elders there to commiserate with these niggas and point out that punks don't need to be on the motherfucking line. You heard? If you feel a kind of way, you shouldn't even be shooting no motherfucking dice. You heard? And then niggas mix alcohol with their neurosis. You heard? So they had to help the economy because the white folks is fucking the economy up. They go places and the only reason why crackers come to Harlem is to go see niggas. The only reason crackers come to New York, period, is to see black people. Because they ain't never seen a panorama of all our various colors. They come to see Puerto Ricans. They want to go and eat our foods. They want to go see what Dominicans look like on Dykeman. You heard? That's what the fuck they want to do. They want to come see color. They want to see color from that bland-ass world. But then they come over here and see as shit. They lookers. They look-sees. They a look-see. So crackers got to break bread like Jesus said. You crazy as a motherfucker. Your eyes supposed to be most important any motherfucker way. So break bread like Jesus said. Stop pulling up acting like you this a festival of lights and you sitting up looking at a Christmas tree, motherfucker. Put a present under this motherfucker. I said president. You remember that when the teachers say your name, attendance in the morning, niggas used to say president instead of present? Yeah. Fuck you talk about? Who the fuck comes to my community and opens up a mayonnaise store? What in the fuck is that? Why is pizza shops everywhere? And there ain't no niggas. I ain't never seen no niggas with no pizza shop. I know it's one in the style that's slapping. That they use sourdough bread. Oba put me on. You heard? That's crazy. You heard? But everybody get the fuck out of here. It wasn't that many of them shits when I was little. The ones that was superior. These shits be whack. You heard? That shit Oba put me on too was fire though. With the sourdough bread. Word is bond, that shit was fire from the Stein. It was black people. You heard? And I want to say Jada Kids got one too. You heard? A fly one. You heard? But I'm like this. They opening up all these crepes and bakeries and all that shit. That shit is a front for white supremacy. Ain't no telling how they paying the rent with all non-profit this and all that. Then they'll take a building and act like, I just seen one of these shits right on the block where the Scientologists got a whole building right before you leave Harlem, nigga. All that heroin right there, and it's a Scientologist center. Nigga, that's crazy. Nigga walking down 125th Street when you get to Spanish Harlem, everybody is nodding. That shit looked like a fucking opium party. You heard? Everybody like this nodding. The Pathmark is closed now. You heard? That shit is fucking, what you call it, man, economically depressed by the need for love. Why you think people get high? Why you think that the creator made pharmacopoeia just in case humans stop loving each other? Just in case humans stop loving each other, the creator made pharmacopoeia so you could get a hug from the forest, nigga. From the forest. Because these niggas ain't gonna love you when you need them to love you. I'm telling you. Yeah, I'm telling you. I promise you that. I promise you that. You gotta love yourself, and that's how the world love you. Love yourself by loving your motherfucking socketry. You need your pocket socketed. You need pocketry and socketry. You need the most sockets ever. Black man, You was not born to be no motherfucking broke nigga. You supposed to spend your last on getting fresh and use your new ID and sell it, nigga. That nigga Puff Daddy spent his severance check on a motherfucking Range Rover and went to the next meeting and got the fucking bad boy. After he got clipped, that nigga spent all that money and went to that meeting in a Range Rover, the brand new one of that year, with all the money. Spent every last coin on it with that shit. You gotta act like it. 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 We capping. Capping, nigga. Capping. Caput. Spelled backwards is Tupac, nigga, too. Yeah, don't play with me with words, nigga. Capital. Yeah, capital. Like the records. Cap. Yeah. NASDAQ. Cap. The cap, the market. Bing, 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 bing. At the end of the day. Bing, 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 bing. Ask the streets what Cap Man. Ask the streets who the Cap Man is. Ask the streets who is the Cap Man. You niggas ain't never been around no motherfucking cannons. You ain't never been around no motherfucking you ain't never been around the long arm of the motherfucking law on the creep side. You don't know what creeping is. You don't know what till tapping is. You never heard of you don't know how to throw no cards. You don't know how to lock no dice. You heard? They got the young people is, man, what y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna do when Bed-Stuy go back to my era when we was little and when the phones go off and it's ghetto telepathy? And then the kids still want to go outside because the motherfucking internet is off. What if, with this new internet world, what the fuck is gonna happen to your kids when they cut the fucking internet off? You heard? Then what's gonna happen to them? They gonna go outside with that neurosis. How the fuck you going TikTok and ain't nobody watching? You heard? Y'all better pay attention. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. And like this, don't nobody want nothing that don't want itself. If you got something from what I said, take it like a seed and plant it. And don't tell nobody that hates you about the seeds that you plant. Stop telling people about me, man. Let the people find out naturally by being aware of what you aware of. They interested in what you interested in. Stop telling people about me. Because they going to make you look stupid. They going to be like, oh, you follow this nigga. Oh, you just love to be around niggas. You just want niggas to teach you shit. Especially the queens. Y'all the masters of taking a seed and putting it in the darkness. This is where the esoteric principle comes from. It would require a nigga to have... These niggas can't keep motherfucking secrets. These niggas, they ain't even no secret society type of niggas. These niggas is on it. Every new thing... Let a nigga... I got mad pictures of niggas that's millionaires, billionaires, all type of fly shit. I'm not posting them pictures up to let them niggas think that I'm thirsty just to be around them, just to take a fucking picture. Get the fuck out of here. Nigga, I met Miles Davis when I was a little nigga. I'll be damned if you could starstruck me. I was around Branford and Wynton Marsalis. I met Art Blakey. You heard? Google that. Google Art Blakey. Drums. You drummers. You niggas in hip hop. I met him. I was right there with Del Feo. You heard? I met James Baldwin, nigga, before he died. Because of jazz music. And I grew up with Big. I grew up with Christopher Wallace, who is undoubtedly the most ubiquitous image of all if we did a metric of black males. He is one of the most ubiquitous images ever. That's why he is the greatest. Because of his narrative unfoldment and the fact that they transform his imagery into kingliness. And he come from king shit anyway. And his name is Christ. From St. James. You heard? You feel me? I promise you. So the cosmos is on your side. So esoterically take your ideation, your ideas. You heard? And you place them inside the incubator of thought in the darkness of silence. And then you participate in the manufacturing of your reality. Out of the darkness, out of the dark clouds sprang down the dew. You heard? And you lucky to be around the Torah and speak English. I promise you. You lucky to speak Spanish and be around the Quran. My Spanish speaking brothers and sisters, you can help us more if you studied Arabic. Study some Arabia, because you have a command of the language. You watch me translate. Shout out to Oba. Watch me translate one of my books into Spanish and Espanol. But I want to keep the nuances, the hip hop nuances, and explain them. So I will consult with my young brothers. You know what I'm saying? And don't forget what I said. And what I said, you know, I ain't right. But sometimes most of the stuff that I say be right. You heard? And I'm trying not to offend people. I'm trying to defend those who need it. You heard? People think that we stupid, and we ain't stupid, son. You ain't stupid. You ain't no dumb nigga. You heard? And there's people out here that love you. But you gotta tap in. How they saying in the street now, tap in. Tap into yourself. You heard? Tap into yourself. For real. And you elders hanging around little niggas, you better have more than the little nigga in some area. You heard? Because they gonna lose respect for you, man. For real. Telling you. I'm telling you. And I'm of the mind. I've been rich since I was little. Since I motherfucking figured out that I was a legend, man. I figured out I was a legend around 7 years old, man. Really, when I turned 11 years old, nigga, I knew I was that nigga, man. I promise you. I just was waiting for the times to catch up to me. Shout out to my mother. I promise you. I promise. Peace and love. Peace and